Thanks for attending this presentation of the Snap Creator Framework. Today we're going to discuss what's new in Snap Creator 4.1. For our agenda, we'll talk about the new features of the Snap Creator 4.1 server, the new features of the Snap Creator 4.1 agent, and we'll delve a little deeper into the 4.1 policy objects. In Snap Creator 4.1, we've added some additional features on the server side. We introduce our new policy objects feature, which we'll discuss in depth in a few more slides. We've also introduced an extended repository for plugins. The extended repository is comprised of two database components: a plugin repository, which stores plugin metadata, and an extended repository, which stores backup metadata. These two components are linked by a backup ID, which is used as an index, so that plugin and backup metadata can be combined. We've also significantly enhanced the security of Snap Creator. All communications occur using HTTPS. This includes the Snap Creator server, the GUI, and the CLI. We've also added a CLI credential store. In Snap Creator 4.0, you could store a single set of credentials for Snap Creator. Anyone running Snap Creator from any user account would be able to leverage these stored credentials. But in Snap Creator 4.1, there's a credential store, so each user can store their own unique set of credentials. This is tied to the operating system login. So a user logging in as Mary could store a different set of credentials from a user logging in as George. Snap Creator 4.1 also adds support for ONTAP 8.2 in both 7 mode and Cluster Data ONTAP. This includes support for Snap Vault on Cluster Data ONTAP, as well as consistency group support for Cluster Data ONTAP. And finally, Snap Creator 4.1 will add full support for the SAP HANA plugin. SAP HANA is an in-memory computing solution delivered as an appliance. The SAP HANA plugin has been available as a community plugin for some time, and in 4.1, we're moving the SAP HANA plugin into a fully supported status. But most of the focus in Snap Creator 4.1 was on the agent side. The 4.1 agent was completely rewritten and redesigned in Java. This will significantly increase the scalability of the Snap Creator agent. Making this change allowed us to develop an agent that's multi-threaded in all operating system environments. And we've also continued with the security enhancements on the agent side. The 4.1 server will talk to the 4.1 agent via HTTPS. We also support new superior Java-based plugins, but have full capability parity with our Snap Creator 4.0 agent, as well as being fully compatible with older plugins from Snap Creator 4.0 and 3.6. And the Snap Creator 4.1 server will support both Snap Creator 4.0 agent as well as the new 4.1 agent. Let's take a few moments and look at the new policy objects feature in Snap Creator 4.1. Traditionally in Snap Creator, retention policies have been stored directly in a configuration file, meaning each configuration file has its own separate snapshot retention. Policy objects allow you to create retention rules that are applied at the profile level, meaning a policy object can be applied to all configuration files within a profile. Let's take a look at the way this works. Snap Creator 4.1 now has a policy drop-down box, from which you're able to view and create policy schedules, define backup types, perform policy management, and assign policies through policy assignments. We'll look at each of these in turn. The policy schedules are the schedules that you wish to apply to a profile. For example, if you want a policy in your environment that will take a backup daily at 4 a.m., it's defined here. The backup type is used to label your backups. For example, if you treat your Oracle data different than your Oracle logs, and you have different retention policies for each of these, you can assign them a different backup type. Policy management defines the policies in Snap Creator. The screenshot here shows the new policy screen that contains all of the information contained in the policy. A policy consists of a policy name, a backup type, a policy type, which is local, a primary snapshot copy, Snap Vault, which is a Snap Vault relationship, or Snap Mirror, a Snap Mirror relationship, as well as a policy schedule. You also define a snapshot retention count and retention age, and if you're using a policy type of Snap Vault, you define a Snap Vault retention count and retention age. Once you've created your policy, you use policy assignments to apply that policy to a profile. Simply select a profile, then a policy, and click Save. Assigning a policy to a profile will take precedence over any retention policies defined within the configuration itself. So if your configuration files already have retention policies defined, the policy assignment will overrule those settings. That completes this presentation of what's new in Snap Creator 4.1. For additional information about Snap Creator, visit www.snapcreator.com or visit our forum on NetApp communities at www.netapp.com/snapcreator.